This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
You don't want to have a full reservoir with a bunch of snow still sitting on the mountain.
The record amount of precipitation has our reservoirs looking a lot better than they did a year ago, but with spring runoff on the way, a lot of water is draining out. Seems like a waste, right? Let's find out why in our Channel 2 News Big Story at 5 o'clock. Well, as you know, the upstream reservoirs offer flood control. They also hold our water supply. Good evening, I'm Kristen Remington.
And I'm Landon Miller. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And thanks to the wet winter, the reservoirs are serving both purposes this year. Paul Nelson shows us how officials are planning for all of that snowmelt.
It's hard not to notice the high amount of water flowing through downtown Reno. But the high flows are not coming from snowmelt.
We're still accumulating. We're not melting much yet.
The water is being released from dams upstream. Stampede is about 80% full, but it's still too soon to use that reservoir, Boca, or Prosser for storage.
One of the main reasons so much water is being released into the Truckee River is because of the reservoir levels. Right now, Boca Reservoir is about 3/4 of the way full, and that needs to be lower to make more space for the spring runoff, and that can be a balancing act.
If we exceed 6,000 CFS, we have to, in the river, we have to cut back on the releases. So we have to try to get out water when we can, when there's room in the river.
Lake Tahoe has risen more than 5 feet since mid-October and is 1.5 feet from being full.
But we could still have more than 3 feet to come. So we're trying to pass water now and really limit the rate of rise on the lake.
The rise will be more than 6.5 feet when it's full.
And this will be the largest physical rise on Tahoe ever.
The snowpack here is more than double the annual average, and that could still grow. Blanchard says on a typical warm day, about 2 inches will melt out of the snowpack. How that affects reservoir levels varies.
It's just a matter of how much surface area is covered when we start getting those warm days and we get up towards the maximum melt.
Once the snow is completely melted, Lake Tahoe and all the reservoirs are expected to be completely full. That could have some carryover too, setting us up nicely for the year ahead. Covering the big story, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.